Okay, so let's see. This was the scarf that I wore today. Just got back. Let's see. Okay, so I stumbled into church, and at the oh my gosh, I just learned a new word today, and I forgot it just now. It sounded like alley and then alcoy or something, like alley and cat, but like mixed together, but ALC or something. That's the stand that you put the icons on. Anyway, I'll get to that story later. But it had the most gorgeous living wreath on it. It was like so thick. And it was the height again that made me to fall in it again. But so if you remember that story. And it smelled of roses. It had like peach roses, I think, in it. Anyways, I was able to work myself in a certain spot so I didn't make the thing fall over. Thank goodness. So then I grabbed 4 candles, and they were still in orthros. So I was kind of in the back and then to the side and kind of all kinds of different places. And there was a gentleman coming forward who had like these, they weren't black, I don't think, robes. They were kind of just a drab grayish color. And he had an auburn beard. And let's see. So, oh, I was going to go and light my candles, but here's the thing. I sat down because there was no like tea light in the candelabra center. So when he went forward, and I saw he had a candle, and then when he came back, see, he had went all the way up to the big kind of sauce. I couldn't believe it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so great. So he lit that one, and then everybody could light off of his. So when he came away from that, I asked him kind of with gesturing if he could go light the one by the Theotokos. And he did. So he sort of talked to me a little minute more, and I was just so thankful. So then it was funny because I was listening to the chanter, and all of a sudden I started to hear the doxology go, glorify is thee, we worship thee, we sanctify thee, peace and all the males for it. All of us from the choir just started from all different areas of the church, just kind of working our way over to the section where we sing. And it was oddly casual because we were all kind of milling about. Like we weren't organized from the first song. It was kind of funny. But it also sort of didn't matter. And I noticed that we didn't hear the bells, which that surprised me because I had always been accustomed to hearing them. And I also noticed that on the cross there was no like white scarf with that embroidery. Okay, so then we were singing. Oh, and while the orthros was going on, Mercy and Grace were there straight away. There was no waiting time. So then I'm over there and I'm singing, and there's this one, I think it's a troparion, I think. Oh my goodness, to the Theotokos. We sang it a good 3 or 4 times, and it's in tone 8, and it is my all-time favorite. Oh my gosh, got chills. Loved that one, and I was so glad we kept singing it. It went really too quickly, and it wasn't until he came around with the Eucharist that I noticed that he didn't have any like other people there helping him. You know, like, who are those people? I guess deacons, or, well, then the little young men, the little, what are they called? Altar boys or whatever. Yeah, nobody was there up with him, so he's doing it all himself. Oh, the incense today. It had like some extra rose in it, and I don't know why, but that was really nice. And when he had walked past me, I was actually on the aisle, and I was just about to lean forward and try to touch his robe. But I'm really glad I didn't, because I'm pretty sure I would have fallen. Yeah, total Lucy style, but that's the way that is. So I'm really glad I didn't. Yeah. So anyways, let's see. Okay, so yeah, he came around with the Eucharist, and then he was looking around, I guess, for someone to come forward and put the scarf out, like scarf, or the big, you know, burgundy square, whatever. And there was one gentleman who came. Oh, that man was really tall. There was one man who came, and then that one that had helped me. So they were all doing that, and then there weren't very many of us today. There were maybe like a handful of 20, I think. And then plus the choir, which, you know, the prayer will be made us about 35 in the church, I guess, today. So, not that I'm taking a head count, but I'm just giving a basic idea. I'm trying to remember myself, actually, how many of us were there. So, okay, they all went and they took communion, and then, oh my gosh, people always bring me this bread, this blessed bread. Give me a break with the bread. I can't eat the bread. I have to give the bread to somebody else, or I end up feeding the bird to that. I think I just need to make an announcement at the choir. Please don't feed me any bread. So I'm holding it in my hands next to my cell phone, and before I know it, there's like tons of crumbs all at my feet, obviously because I haven't eaten it. And while I'm holding it, I'm like turning pages and this and that, and moving around, and, you know, browsing myself 16 times, whatever. And there just became a collection of crumbs at my feet. Okay, so I had to try to stand so that I wouldn't like mush any into the carpet. Anyways, that's the worst problem of my day, I hope. Anyways, so let's see. It just went way too quickly. It was just boom, 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 done just way too fast. And I wished it wasn't ending. And then it did. And then I got pulled out to go here and pulled out to go there and talking to a bunch of different people. And I didn't realize that there was a chanter saying, I don't remember what she was saying, but I was like getting ready to turn the vacuum. Because I thought it was a hokey, you know. Do you remember those where you just push on it? Yeah. Because I wanted to clean up that bread, right? Well, it wasn't. It was an electric one, a shark. I found out about these. I had no idea what I know. And so I cleaned it up with that. Thank goodness. Then we took some music stands up to the balcony so that we're going to start practicing for the wedding. I'm so excited. So we practiced that tonight. And then when I was on my way leaving out, I was getting introduced to a lady, and she was telling me who her son was, and then who the man in the robe was. Okay, now I had actually thought those two gentlemen were brothers because they both had kind of reddish hair or whatever, but it turns out they were just really good friends. And she told me his name is Augustine. I was like, oh, great. So I step outside, and he's there, and I'm like, oh, great. Oh, wait, I forgot to say about that. I went and I kissed the cross, too. I forgot to say that right before I left the sanctuary. And I got to say hi to my priest again, so that was really nice. Okay, so then I'm outside, and there was a gentleman. What was his name? I don't remember this other nice man's name, but he was so sweet. Well, anyways, so I got to talk with Augustine. Turns out Augustine is okay, now you're going to have to tell me what all this is. A Western Rite monk. Okie dokie. First of all, I didn't even know I could shake his hand, which he like reached his hand out to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can shake the monk's hand. He was so nice and easygoing and just fun to chat with. And he was really smart and sweet, just very gentle-natured. And so all three of us stood around and chatted for a minute, and then we all had to go. And it turns out that he's like going to another monastery. So he's just here intermittently, and then he's leaving. So I don't know what that is. So if somebody has like all the answers, please let me know. Message me. I don't want to look up anything stupid and find something on the net that's wrong. Anyway, what else? Yeah, then I guess I had to go, which I didn't want to go. I wanted to last all morning. Why didn't it? Why don't we start like at like 4 or 6 or 7 in the morning? Because I wake up at 4 o'clock every day anyway. Why doesn't it just start at then? Like, and I would get there at like 5, and it would go to like maybe 7. That would be the coolest thing. I would love that. I would love that a lot. Where does that happen? I want to do that. In bigger cities, do they do that? Like, do they have those every day in the morning like that? I'm just asking. Anyways, okay, so tonight I'll go to rehearsal, and I'll probably have to chat about that. And then, yeah, Sunday is regular liturgy. Well, no, that's right, because the archbishop. Okay, so the bishop is coming, not archbishop, I can't remember, it's his bishop, is coming, and so there's going to be extra things I'm supposed to go to that I probably won't have the chance to, because I'll still be cleaning my house for my mamala. And actually, she's my email, not my mamala, but what do you call? Sunday will be the liturgy, which is going to be a little changed, and there's going to be a lot more Arabic in it, which is nice. And then it'll be that wedding, so I'll have a lot to talk about with that. And I have some question and answer stuff to go through, and I don't know how I'm going to do any of that with my mom here. Yeah, so I hope y'all are doing really, really well, and thanks for everybody's loving, kind support and cool questions when you ask them. And thanks to all the new subscribers. It's been a real treat. Anyway, wish you all peace. Great blessings.